Hi friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Dr. Mrs. P.T. Ganivali, Assistant Professor and Head, Department of Commerce, V.V. Vanayaperumal College for Women, Virudhunagar. In this video, we have to discuss about types of sampling. First one, sampling. What do you mean by sampling? Sampling is the process used in statistical analysis in which a predetermined number of observations are taken from a larger population. It is the act, process, or technique of selecting a representative part of the population for the purpose of determining parameters or characteristics of the whole population. Types of sampling. Sampling can be classified into random sampling, that is probability sampling. Another one, non-random sampling, non-probability sampling. Now we have to discuss about random sampling. Here it is again classified into two, simple or unrestricted random sampling, restricted random sampling. Now we have to see about the type of simple unrestricted random sampling. First one, lottery method. Lottery method means already we have know, all of you know. Universe are numbered in a separate slip of paper of same size, shape and color, and it is placed in drum or container, and the record number is taken as a sample. Merits. Merits, with regard to the merits of lottery method, it is easy. That is, if the universe is small. If you want to take 10 students from the 100 students, if you write the name of the students in a same size of paper, and we have to take a number 10 papers from that drum. Then demerits, it is not suitable if population is infinite. If we don't know the number of population, accurate number of population, we does not use this method. You are not able to use this lottery method. Demerits. This is personal prejudice. Then second method of simple or unrestricted random sampling is table of random numbers. The random number table is developed by Professor L.H.C. Tippett, Fishers and Yates, Kendall and B.B. Smith, then Rand corporations. They have selected a table of random numbers. That numbers are used for selecting the sample. Then merits. With regard to table of random numbers, the merits are, it's a scientific method, then it is a more representative, and in this method, sampling error are measured. Then it saves time, money and labor. With regard to the demerits, if the sample is small, it will not be representative. Then it is used when complete list of population is available. Then come to the restricted random sampling. There are three methods: stratified sampling, systematic sampling, cluster sampling. Stratified sampling. Population is heterogeneous. In stratified sampling, the population is heterogeneous, divided into different segment or strata. Homogeneous means same group. Heterogeneous means different groups. Then the sample is drawn from each stratum, that is strata. There are two types. First one, proportional. Proportional means the equal representation is given to all subgroups. For example, if we have 10 subgroups, equal number of samples are taken from the 10 subgroups. Non-proportional means equal representation of subgroups are not given, are not considered. Then come to the merits. Merits of the stratified random sampling is it's a more representative, great accuracy, easy to administer, reduces time and money, then it is suitable for heterogeneous group. With regard to demerits, it is difficult to divide the heterogeneous data into homogeneous. Then if the data are not properly stratified, it leads to personal bias. Then come to the systematic sampling. Systematic sampling, another name for systematic sampling is quasi-random sampling. It is used when complete list of population is available. Then arrange the items in numerical, alphabetical, geographical and any other manner, whichever we need. Example, if we want to select sample of 10 students from the 100 students, every 10th student will be taken as a sample. 10th student, 20th student, 30th student and so on. The formula for this sampling interval is equal to size of universe divided by sample size. The merits of the systematic sampling is simple and convenient. Then it is used in infinite population. The demerits of systematic sampling is not represent the whole population. It leads to personal bias. Then come to the cluster sampling. It is also called sampling stages. That is sampling procedure carried out in several stages. The whole population is divided into sampling units again and again until the least. For example, if we want to study the 1000 students from the Tamil Nadu, first stage, we have to select the universities of Tamil Nadu. Then second stage, number of colleges in the Tamil Nadu universities. Then third stage, selection of students, whether art students or science students or engineering students or medical students by this way. The merits of the cluster sampling is flexibility. Then it helpful in large survey. Then valuable in underdeveloped countries. This method is very valuable in underdeveloped countries. Demerits is less accurate. The result arise due to cluster sampling is less accurate. Then we have to come to the non-random sampling method. There are 3 methods for non-random sampling. First one, judgment sampling. Another names of the judgment sampling is purposive sampling and deliberative sampling. The investigator reject or select any item. According to our wish, I select this item. That is the judgment sampling. Choice of sample depends upon the judgment of the investigator. For example, if we want to select 5 students from the 50 students of BCom first year or second year for analyzing coffee drink, I call any 5 students. According to my wish, I want to select these students. Okay. The merits of the judgment sampling is number one, simple. It's very simple method. It is more representative. This method is used by the government to make public policies. Then second, demerits, individual bias. According to my own interest, I select any persons. Okay. It is difficult to correct sampling error. Then estimation is not accurate. The results cannot be compared with the other result of by using other sampling method. Then next type is quota sampling. It is just like a stratified sampling. The universe is divided into quota according to some characteristics. Then each enumerator are allotted a strata, it is quota, and they are allowed to take any number of persons, as a sample. So selection of samples depends upon him. It is a stratified purposive sampling. The merits of quota sampling is it is time and money saving method. It gives reliable results. Demerits. In this sampling methods, that is non-probability sampling method, the main demerit is individual bias. According to our wish, we have to select the sample. Certainly, it does not lead accurate results. Okay. Then sampling error cannot be calculated. Then last method, convenience or self-sampling. The name itself denotes it is a convenient. According to my convenient, I select any person. Sunk is a convenient slice of population. If you want to study, for example, if you want to study the employees in Virudhunagar district, but Virudhunagar district, I take the investigator, that is investigator take the samples from Virudhunagar. See, he said that this is Virudhunagar is situated in Virudhunagar district. So according to my convenient, I taken 50 employees from Virudhunagar, 2 employees from Arpukotte, 3 employees from Sattur. So this is not accurate. This is according to my convenient. I take the samples. Okay. This is used for only pilot study. That is the study before the researcher begins the work. They have to go for analyze the situations. So they have to use this method for pilot study. Example for this is samples taken from automobile registration, telephone directories, etc. This is suitable. We can take an as a merit also. It is suitable, but the universe is not clearly defined. Sample unit is not clear. Complete source of list is not available. Demerits. It cannot be representative. Then it is unsatisfactory, biased. So, non-probability sampling method, the main demerits is it is biased. Thank you for seeing this video.